All right, I'm here on Mettalworx.com with Malixiria. How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good.
Do you guys want to give a brief introduction who you are?
Well, my name's Devin. This is Alex. He has a microphone so he can say it himself.
My name's Alex. I play bass.
Good stuff.
My name is Goldfish. I play the rhythm section.
I am Sean. I play guitar.
Yet you didn't play today, I noticed.
Why did that happen?
It sucks when you're 17.
It's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Underage.
But I mean, yeah.
Apparently, I don't know. I guess it was just bad planning, you know? I don't know.
You gotta work with the law. Yeah. You gotta work with the laws, though. You know. We tried anarchy for a bit. That didn't work. Doesn't pay the bills.
Of course.
Yeah, but another band, I won't say their name, Vicious, had a couple underage bands, and they played yesterday, so I don't see why you couldn't.
I don't know.
It's all who you know, I guess.
I guess if you're friends with them, and I have no idea.
Yeah.
To be perfectly honest,
I don't think Vicious are any more friends with them than you are, so I don't know.
I think they might have
maybe
had their planning on it. Like
maybe they had some.
proactive.
Maybe they like thrash better than us.
Yeah.
I don't know. We're not necessarily a thrash band.
Yeah, and I'm sure after we have this, we're going to have a whole list of comments answering this very question, so I guess we should just...
Exactly. I have no voice in this. Like, it's just what happened and how it unfolded pretty much, so...
Yeah, I was kind of half expecting to see like a cast on your arm or something like that. Like maybe you like sprained your wrist. Okay, so now let's kind of go back in time a little bit. Give us a brief history of how the band got together and when.
Well, around 2007, 2008, I was writing a lot of music and putting together a bunch of different riffs and writing them up on Guitar Pro, which is a guitar tab software. And so eventually I met Alex, and he came into the picture, started learning the songs on bass, and we started like going back and forth and writing things together, and eventually got to know Goldfish a bit better, and he started drumming for the band, and that the first day of us like playing the songs, the three of us, was kind of when we started as a band type of thing.
Nice.
It was awesome because the neighbor actually came into the shed when we were jamming and told us to stop jamming or else like
You kids are playing so loud I can't even think. We're just like, whoa.
best compliment we ever had.
Yes. Of course.
Yeah, if everybody likes you, you know you're doing something wrong. So, now you guys didn't you start off in New Brunswick or some other place and then relocate to Halifax?
It's true. What I just described, like when I was writing music, was when me and Alex were going to high school in Riverview High School. Yeah. And but eventually we decided to move out here to sort of spread the band around and come to, I don't know, Halifax is recognizable on a map in the way that Moncton isn't. So that's.
So does that mean that you might move to Montreal in a couple of years or something like that? Like just kind of keep relocating, or that you just want to do Halifax just because it was?
Well, we'd like to keep on the move type of thing, right? And just play to whoever wants to hear us type of thing, kind of thing. But
As far as home base goes, it's where you're most comfortable. And Halifax right now it's a great combination of like convenience and having your friends around, but also being able to play and have people appreciate what you do.
I still live in Moncton and he lives in Truro.
Yeah, I live in Truro, and like everyone else is like all over the province.
Right on. Okay, now I noticed that you guys were kind of discussing this before we started this up. So influences.
yeah.
And you guys were kind of practicing this, so I heard some non-musical ones there.
Oh yeah, well we're gonna try and be serious and give our musical influences. I'm heavily influenced by melodic death metal and thrash metal, death metal. When I started practicing vocals, I was learning screamo and emo music. So I'm just like a lot of different kinds of music.
Yeah. Well, as far as influences go, I take a lot more from like individuals. So Dan Briggs from Between the Buried and Me as far as bass goes, and like a riff from Protest. Evan Brewer was awesome. And I mean, even Gene Simmons to a certain extent. Like, I'll get a lot of heat for that one because as far as bass playing goes, like marginal.
Well, their earlier stuff, he put a lot more
yeah.
into it then than he does now, I think.
Totally, but the big thing is that he was such a good businessman for the band. He did so many amazing things that...
Well, he's a pimp. You may as well just say that. He's a music pimp, really.
Musical pimp. That's right. You got goldfish?
I don't know, I started off learning like drums when I was in 7th grade, and when I hit 9th grade, there was this kid that was really fucking annoying, and he kept pestering me about not being good at drums. And I was in his music class, and then he basically brought up Dream Theater as a band. I was like, okay, screw it, I'm gonna learn every Dream Theater song I can. So I pretty much spent the next like 2 years just learning every Dream Theater song I could. And the first song I learned was a Change of Seasons, actually, and it took a long time, but it was worth it. And then I guess I got really into like thrash metal and grindcore, just started really trying to experiment a lot. And I don't know, now I just love anything that sounds really disgusting and heavy, and I always try to go for like the fastest, heaviest stuff I can come up with. It's just an accumulation of a bunch of different styles, and yeah, I guess that's kind of my influence. It's just I like to tell people that like, yeah, fuck you, I'm actually good now, so it's whatever.
I proved myself.
I don't know, like when I first started getting into metal, like one of my bigger influences was Pantera, like with the whole Dimebag Darrell thing, and then I started getting into like Strapping Young Lad and Devin Townsend and all that stuff, and then I eventually started getting pretty influenced by the band Fuck the Facts.
Okay.
And I don't know, I was just pretty inspired by like how much work they put in, and like they're a really hardworking band.
Yeah.
And
So as you can tell, there's a whole big mix of genres and styles of metal that are just clashing and being mixed together and thrown into the mix.
But I mean, you guys are making it work. I mean, it's obviously, you know, something that you guys are figuring out how to piece together.
Exactly, and that's probably what the whole process of the band is going to be.
Right on. Okay, so kind of going back to influences, was there a specific song or an artist in particular that really got you into metal? Like, can you think back to? I know you guys are still young, but I mean, you know, like that could have been.
The first song I learned to play on bass, or not the first song, but the first like metal song, I learned Spirit Crusher on bass, and that's like death. It just took over my life type of thing, right? I just love death metal, right?
Yeah. Oh, for me, the song that got me into metal, it was a really, really soft start, but it was definitely Evanescence.
Yeah.
Pulled me under. Amy Lee's.
I love Evanescence.
Yeah, I'll stop my sentence there. I've got a girlfriend at home, so she won't be happy if I finish that one off. But yeah, they were the band that got me into it. So.
I mean, I was in 4th and 5th grade, and like I heard Linkin Park, and I was like, man, this is so cool, man. The guitars are distorted, it's heavy as shit. This is what I like. I eventually got into Metallica. And then 7th grade, I heard like what I consider pretty much the first like real metal, which was Children of Bodom and Opeth. And ever since then, I've just never been able to stop listening to metal. I just love it so much.
Cool.
yeah, with me, I kind of started with like AC/DC and like Airborne and like rock bands, and then I eventually started listening to more of like the older Metallica stuff and Megadeth, and then I eventually got into like Lamb of God and like Children of Bodom, and
Right on.
gradually just got heavier.
Right on. Now you guys have a demo that you've done. Any plans to do anything full length or like an actual EP for release soon? Or?
Absolutely. Our main goal as a band is to like put together and release a full album more or less on our own.
Yeah.
I'm going to school for audio engineering right now, so I'm taking on the role of sort of recording and production, and
Oh yeah, I'm taking marketing at school right now. I'm just about to finish it off, so I'm taking care of a lot of like the promo side of things, the music business.
management.
I was gonna say you guys got it all. You record it, you sell it, and everybody play it. Yeah.
Whole scheme that we have going on.
It's almost like an assembly line here.
Oh yeah, very. Yeah, but you know, if we actually want to get a full length recording out there and actually have like full creative control of it and that kind of thing, like that's what we aim for, really.
Right on. Now, last night you guys played with Skullfist and Sanctuary, and you guys, well, actually, you guys and Sanctuary were the only two bands to be able to play with Skullfist back to back, I think.
That's true.
You know,
in fact, we did do a show with Sanctuary earlier in the month at in Truro, known as WT Fest.
So how did that show go last night?
That went fantastic. The energy was incredible. I've never seen such a positive maritime crowd, period.
Yeah. Props to the guys in Hants County for that one. Jesse and Billy really pulled it together.
Right on. So how excited were you to play this one, today?
We're incredibly excited. It's our very first gig at a fancy stage and a good live setup, that kind of thing. And so we're obviously a bit nervous, and the kind of the minor setbacks, pardon, no pun intended, but that didn't bring us down too much. We really just pulled through, and yeah, it was just really nerve-wracking and all that. I don't know. How did you guys feel about playing the show?
Well, it was a treat to play a stage like that. It's like it's like giving candy to a baby, because it's our first time really playing on a professional venue like this, and it's an awesome learning experience. Despite things that go wrong, they're things that won't have to go wrong again. So we got this out of the way, and I think if all goes well, I'd love to see more shows happen at the Marquee. So maybe we'll be back.
Maybe.
Okay. Now I just got a few kind of more quirky questions, because I always, end with that kind of stuff. Now you guys, I'm sure, are being, in this generation, you guys play video games a little bit, probably.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if you could be a character in any video game, what would you be?
I'm gonna give the lamest, nerdiest answer and say I would be Lloyd from Tales of Symphonia. It's a GameCube game, and it's like an RPG, and he's just really awesome because he fights with swords and stands up for what he believes in and stuff.
Pass that one on to him. I'm still thinking on that one. I'm really big into, I don't know, as far as I game a lot of free roam games where you become your own character. So it's hard for me to say, but I don't know, it'd be so interesting to be the courier in Fallout New Vegas. Just the shit that you come across. Like, post-apocalyptic America, that's awesome.
So cute.
I think I would like to be Link from Zelda, as cliche as that sounds, just because I've always loved the series, and I always loved how, no matter what challenge came across him, he never lost his morale and his courage to go through, and in the end, he always ends up, doing the right thing and just standing up for the right thing, which is something I kind of try to do as far as I can, do unto others as you would do to yourself. So, so I guess Link.
Well, I don't really game, so I'm just gonna say a random character, CJ from Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I don't know.
Sometimes I notice you.
Is that so you can beat up people? Is that so you can beat up people with giant dildos?
Pretty much.
Very nice.
And that'll be their music video when their album comes out.
We're nothing like the Pacifist.
No, we're more along the
Yes,
cattle
I have seen
decapitation
that video,
territory.
yes.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, it was. That was pretty entertaining, but yeah.
Not an
Anyways,
influence, yeah.
I'm pretty.
That was a train wreck. It was like one of those things like, I want to turn this off, but I can't. Because just, yeah, okay. Now, in your young performing career, do you guys have any embarrassing moments on stage?
Absolutely. I don't know. I tried to repress it because it was just so embarrassing. It was embarrassing playing at our high school, and the stage setup was so bad. It was embarrassing having to borrow somebody's hoodie to put in front of a kick drum and be like, thanks for lending us your hoodie so we can put it in front of the kick drum so it won't slide around. It's just kind of you want to be a professional band, but then you got to deal with that. So.
Yeah. Well, for me, I've had a couple wardrobe malfunctions. That was pretty cool. You played churro and. Yeah. No. Oh no, we're not talking. Well, okay. So yeah.
Okay.
I had camo pants, and by the end of the show, I didn't have camo pants. They were just chaps. That was no good. Embarrassing.
Oh, I mean, it's always the moments where basically that same show that Devin's talking about, I seriously went from playing drums sitting my normal drum position to sitting like this, to sitting like this, to sitting like this, because the freaking bass drum just kept slipping forward like crazy. And obviously I messed up a couple of notes and it was getting pretty embarrassing, but I wasn't really getting embarrassed. I was more just getting completely pissed off.
Yeah.
And I actually ended up breaking a cymbal and a drumstick that show.
Yeah, actually at Gus's Pub, which you guys are a little bit away from playing, but they actually have the infamous brick that's covered in duct tape with a duct tape handle that goes there to prevent that. But it's also a carpeted stage too, so.
It's like double protection. That's great.
I wish all venues had that.
Yeah. Sean, do you have any embarrassing moments?
Not like super embarrassing, I guess, but like I played a show in Truro last summer with my old band, and there was like this rug kind of in front of the drum kit, and I kind of tripped over that and like almost died. So
Almost died.
It was pretty serious.
Now that's an answer.
My life flashed before my eyes. It was pretty traumatic.
Okay. All right. So one final one that might get you guys to kind of think. Name one trait about another band member you wish you had.
Responsibility.
And which band member has that?
Everyone except me. That's my funny answer.
Oh, I miss my old hair. So these guys here, look at that. I want that.
The trait of hair.
Well,
I guess Alex's incredible business and marketing skills.
I miss the hair, sort of, too. Like, I used to play with long hair all the time, and it looked pretty bad. But, I mean, it's just like, flying everywhere.
Yeah. That plus today you wished you were older.
That's
Age.
actually the trait. The age. The trait is the age.
Yeah, so anyways. All right, so definitely check these guys out. They're definitely hitting shows all around, well, really all around the Maritimes, would you say?
Yeah. Well, we're doing our best. I mean, we're all going to school and have busy, active lives, but we pull together shows whenever we can, and we do our best.
yeah. So whether we're organizing them ourselves or we're playing one in your show in your town, like we enjoy doing it. It's our favorite thing to do. So aside from give us more shows, we love playing shows.
Right on. So Mettalworx, Malixiria.
Peace.
Okay, cool.
Excellent.
This song is the song that I wrote about a woman.
wrong direction and I was sent down to the bottom of